How you doing? Graham Lawler here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, what I do is home brewing, taste testing and reviewing. Today what I'm doing is a 365 Stout, which is from Geterbrewed. It's a pre-milled grain kit. It consists of 4 kg best malt, 300 grams of black malt and 650 grams of flaked barley. So that's a total of just under 5 kg. We're going to steep mash it at 49 degrees for 15 minutes, then raise it up to 64 degrees for 45. Then we'll boil it. We have a 60-minute hop addition, which is Syrian Goldings. So that's 60 minutes to the boil, 60 grams. And then we are going to ferment it and pitch the yeast. We have an American West Coast Ale yeast. Is BRY 97. So I have the Carlson system going there now. So it is just getting ready now up to the temperature. I'm going to go ahead and get these grains in. So we're now at our 49-degree temperature. Simply going to add in the grain. Get half it in. That's roughly half there now. We'll store. Want any dough balls? No messing around here, just get in, get it stored. No point taking too much time. For 45 minutes. Okay, so the mash is on now at 64 degrees for 45 minutes. So what we need to do is a bit of recirculation. Recirculation, quite simply, if you don't know how to do it, if you do, well and good. I have my jug. I'll simply open it, fill that up, or let that fill up. That's a 2 litre jug. Yours can be whatever size you want, just depending on how many times you want to do it. I'll usually fill that up. Neighbour's lawnmower just starts. You don't want to listen to that. Fill the jug up. Quite simply pour it in over the top. I'll repeat that process probably 5 times, give it another 10 minutes, do it again, and so on. Now, so the mash is done, all the recirculation, it's time to raise the grains. So as always, I have my wonderful assistant Sarah, my daughter. I just lift the basket up, like so, and Sarah slides in that piece. So I'll click this in. Like so. Eventually we'll let that start draining down, then I'll get my sparge water and I'll show you how we do the sparge. Okay, so now I have the sparge water. I have my colander. This is up to 80 degrees of 11 litres. I'm literally going to get it, fill up the jug, grease with a colander, and I pour it in and spread out. Spread that across the grains. Wash the rest of the sugars and flavours out. We should end up then with enough then in it that the boil off, roughly around 30 litres. The boil off rate on this in an hour should be about 5 litres, so we'll be left with 25. Okay, so all the sparge water is done. What I have now is my hops. So we have our Goldings in a hop tea bag, 60 grams, 60 minutes to the boil, which is actually going to make it handy for me when it's finished. No need for my spider, which I have somewhere. I can just drop this bag in. So there we go, 60 minutes to the boil, the one and only hop addition. In they go. Okay, so we're down to the last 10 minutes of the boil. So what we do now, we get our cooling coil in. Why do we put it in now? Because it sterilises it. It's boiling water, or wort should I say. So that there, we'll clean that. We also have our Warlock tablet, which we'll drop in. And what that'll do is helps with the clearing of the beer. Or should I say stout. Drop that in, see it fizzing up, and we'll be on to the cooling. Okay, so the boil is finished, everything's done. I've connected up my 2 beer lines onto my cooling coil, and that's connected onto the mains tap. You'll see in another video on my page how I did that connection. And now quite simply turn on the cold water, and there you have it. Cold water is going in through the wood, and I'm going to fill up a couple of buckets. You can see the steam coming off this. These buckets will do, and this is cooled down, transfer my wood into a fermenter, and have all these buckets of hot water to clean out my system, instead of just putting it down the drain or something and making use out of the water. Once you have that done, you're on to pitching the yeast. So it's fermented now. It's 6 weeks old. So now we're on to the tasting. This has been force carbonated with a 75-25 nitro and CO2 gas mix, as with all my stouts. You can see there now. Lovely cascading effect. Freezing cold pint. Smells lovely. To the nose, little bit of chocolate and small bit of hops. Not too overpowering. Been really looking forward to this. I had a sneaky little taste out of fermenter. Even before it was carbonated, it tasted nice. So looking forward to it. The head, it's not snow white. Slight little creamy head on it. Not as white as you would with a Guinness, but we're getting there. Smells very, very good. We'll go ahead and get this topped off. Nice point, freezing cold. Head could probably be doing with a slight bit bigger, but I'm actually lucky to be getting this pint out of the tap, as I just realised after I force carbonated it, the gas is pretty much gone. But I thought I'd get enough to get a pint out, and I most certainly have, and I'm looking forward to digging into this. It's not quite settled, I better give it another second. You can see it's still cascading away. This one, as you've seen in the video, is a Geterbrewed. Oh, and the smell is just divine. I can't wait to get dug into it. So look, we'll give it a go. Here we go. That is absolutely lovely. Lovely indeed. It's not as heavy as a Guinness. Doesn't feel as thick or creamy. It is still nice. Don't mind you. Flavour wise, it's not a million miles off a Guinness. There's a slight bit more of a hoppiness. Go again. So we have slight bit of hoppiness, slight bit of chocolate. There's absolutely no aftertaste, there's no twang, and there's no real roasty flavour. Some of the stouts I've done have had a real roasty flavour that was probably too much roasted. That there, I think, is as close to a Guinness as I've brewed in an all grain. There's a nice stick on the glass, you can see it there. I think when I get the gas back on, and pull another point, obviously not for the video, but for myself, I'd say the head will be nicer, might have a bit more body, and I'll enjoy them. Would I recommend brewing it? Absolutely. I will brew it again. Might make some adjustments myself to give it a bit more body. But out of 10, I'd probably give that an 8 out of 10. And as close to a Guinness, I'd say it's not far off. That's probably 7 out of 10 in comparison to a Guinness. It's nearly there. There's no aftertaste. It's smooth. Not as heavy as a Guinness and not as much body, but we can do something for that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Cheers.